Welcome to ICS Mahesh PU College, Dharwad. Today we are solving some of the questions given by the SSLC board for the upcoming exam. That is a new pattern for this year. That is a MCQ pattern of questions we are having. In that we are focusing now on the physics part and that also on the paper 1. Let us begin with the questions directly. The first question we are having here, a device used to change the resistance in an electrical circuit is, means they are asking us what is the electrical apparatus in all these options which will help us to change the resistance of a given network. If I check it one by one, that is option A is a device that is a ammeter. What is the work of the ammeter? Which will measures the current. Similarly, another device we are having, that one is a galvanometer which will detect the current. Otherwise we can say it measures very small amount of a current. And option D, that one is a voltmeter which measures the potential difference in any electrical network. But if I go for the option number 4, that one is a rheostat. It is an electrical apparatus which will help us to change the resistance in a network. You can see this is the diagram for the rheostat. Here you can see we are having many windings of the wires and here we are having a holder. By moving this holder on these wires, we can bring the resistance into the network. How it is possible? You can see if I place this holder in the beginning at this position, let us say there are some number of wires we are observing. If they are 100 in number, then I can say the number of the wires is how much here? 100. Okay, if I move the same holder at this position, means number of the wires which are included will be more now. It will be somewhere, let us say 500. Means if I say here 100 number of the wires, means the length of the wire is having a certain value. Okay, then corresponding to that we are having certain resistance. But when I bring the same holder at this position, the number of the windings is increased. If the number of the winding is increased, then automatically the length of the wire is increased. If the length of the wire increase, automatically what will happen? That will increase the resistance. Means by moving this holder on these wires, we can bring the variation in the resistance. Therefore, for given question, option B is the right answer. Moving on to the next question, that is in Fleming's left hand rule, the middle finger indicates the direction of. That is, if I take the Fleming's left hand rule, we have to stretch our 3 fingers perpendicular to each other. That is thumb, forefinger and mid finger of the left hand. Out of this one, what is the idea we are defining for the middle finger, they are asking. Therefore, by using the Fleming's left hand rule, I can say the thumb shows the direction of the force. Similarly, forefinger shows the direction of the magnetic field and mid finger shows the direction of the electric current. By understanding this one, we can check out the answer from the given options. That is, first one is a magnetic field, but that magnetic field is shown by the forefinger. Okay, similarly, if I go for the electric current induced in the current, by Fleming's left hand rule, we are not understanding any idea regarding the induced current. Therefore, it's not a proper option. Okay, similarly, if I go for the option D, that is movement of the conductor, that is also not used to understand the Fleming's left hand rule, because these two ideas will be used in the right hand rule. But if I go for the option number C, that is electric current, in the diagram you can see the mid finger shows the direction of an electric current. Therefore, option C is the right answer for a given question. Similarly, moving on to the next one, that is a doctor prescribes a corrective lens of power 0.5 diopter to a person. The focal length of the lens they are asking. Okay, that is, doctor has given other some prescribed length of how much power? 0 minus 0.5 diopter to a person. If it is so, can we convert the same power into the focal length? That is the actual question. In the next part, he is asking what is the type of lens that a doctor is prescribing. Therefore, first we solve for the what is the focal length. Thereafter, by using the answer, we can say is it a concave lens or convex lens. Therefore, if I write the power here, what is the power given here? That is power is equal to minus 0.5 diopter is the given data. They are asking the focal length. Focal length is equal to what is the answer they are asking. Therefore, we know the equation power is equal to 1 by focal length. Therefore, we can say focal length is equal to 1 divided by power. Therefore, go on substitution. 1 divided by p. Therefore, power is equal to how much now? 0.5. If it is 0.5, on solving this one, we are getting the minus 2. Means, here I am getting the answer as minus 2 meter. Keep on one point in your mind, whenever we are getting the focal length as negative. Okay, we are having one clear answer for that, that is focal length for a concave lens. Focal length for a concave lens is always a negative one, because if this is a concave lens, if these are the incident light, okay, this is how it diverges and they intersect at the back side. Means this one is a negative side by using the sign convention. Therefore, as per our answer, if I am getting the negative sign, then the prescribed lens by the doctor is a concave lens, and the value of the focal length, okay, is given by minus 2 centimeter. If I check out the answer, that is minus 2 meter, and it's a concave lens. Therefore, option A is the right one. Similarly, moving on to the next one, that is the nature and the size of the image formed when the object is kept between the principal focus f1 and optic center O. In the diagram, we are having here lens, and here is the object they have provided. Okay, you can see the object is between the focal length f1 and optic center of lens, that is O, where we are using the object as candle. On placing this object in between O and P, this will result in the formation of the image at the same side of it. Okay, and you can see it is a erect one, because the head and the bottom we are having same thing we are getting on the left side. Therefore, it is a erect one. Comparing to the object, it is enlarged. Therefore, yes, it is enlarged. Okay, it is erect, and we are getting the image which is a virtual one here. This is a virtual. Therefore, by understanding all these ideas, check out the answer which is a favorable one. That is the image what we are getting, that is a virtual one. Yes. Therefore, option B and D is not possible. Therefore, we left with only option A and C. Therefore, it's a virtual one. Yes, it's a virtual one. Is it inverted? No, it's a erect. Therefore, the another portion of the answer is discarded here. Is it smaller size? No, it is a enlarged one. Therefore, option A is the right one. Virtual, erect, and the enlarged is the right answer. Moving on to the next question. That is a potential difference between the terminals of the electrical heater is 60 volt. Potential difference between the terminals of the electrical heater is 60 volt. Let us say here we are having electrical heater. Across that, the potential difference applied is how much? It is of 60 volt. When it draws a current of 4 ampere from the source, means this electrical heater draws the current of how much? I is equal to 4 ampere from the source. Then they are asking the resistance of the electrical heater. What is the resistance of the electrical heater? Means we know the potential difference here. V is equal to 60 volt and current is equal to 4 ampere. They are asking for the resistance. Then generally we can go for the Ohm's law directly. Therefore, what is Ohm's law? V is equal to product of current into resistance. We are in the need of the resistance. R is equal to V divided by I. What is V here? That is 60 whole divided by current is how much? It is of 4. Therefore, try to check out the answer. Which one is the right one? That is 4 ones are 4 to left. That is 5. Therefore, 15 ohm is the right answer. Therefore, resistance of the electric connector is how much now here? 15 ohm from the given option. That is option A. Moving on to the next one. That is the diameter of the circular outline of the spherical lens. They are asking what you are calling for the diameter of the circular outline of the spherical lens. Okay, whenever we say the lens, the idea will come in your mind is this one now. Generally, this lens is taken from the solid, transparent sphere. Okay, therefore, the way we are having optic center is lying here. Similarly, center of curvature, it is lying here now. And principal axis that will be observed here. Now, aperture, that is this part one we are calling it as aperture, and this is the circular outline of the spherical lens. Therefore, option C is the right answer. Moving on to the next one, the inner wall of the solar cooker is painted black because this one. That is why we are blackening the inner part of the any solar cooker. They are asking. Okay, the reason behind they are asking. Therefore, if I check out the answer, that one is it reflects the light, or it absorbs the more heat, it prevents from the rusting, or converges the solar radiation. By observing all these things, we can say that is it absorbs the more heat because black color is a one, okay, which has the tendency to absorb the black light. Therefore, observing all these options, B is a good one for a given question. Okay, therefore, inner wall of the solar cooker is painted black. Therefore, this one is the very solid answer for a given question. Therefore, option number B is the right answer. Moving on to the next one. That is, the function of the electric generator is, that is, what is the main function of the electrical generator? It reverses the direction of the current? No. Reversing the direction of the current is done by the commutator actually. Then, check out for the next one. It converts the electrical energy into the mechanical energy. No, that's also not possible. Therefore, option D is also not a right one. Similarly, it detects the presence of the electrical current in the circuit. That also is not a right answer because that will be done by the galvanometer, which detects the electric current now. The fourth option, that is, converts the mechanical energy into the electrical energy. This is the actual function of electrical generator because here we are generating the current by the mechanical effect. Therefore, option D is the right answer for a given question. Moving on to the next one, the resistance of the conductor does not depend on, he is asking, means resistance of any conductor is not depending on certain factor. What is it? From the given option, we have to extract it. Okay, what are the known things? That is, resistance is directly proportional to the length, means it is depend on the length. Similarly, this resistance is again depend on the resistance. How it is? Inversely. How it is? Inversely. Therefore, inversely proportional to the area of cross section we are explaining now. Then, the resistance again depending on another factor. What is that? That is nature of the material we are using. Nature of material. Means these are the known things for us from the resistance explanation. With this idea, let us check into the option now. That is, it is depend on the length of the conductor. Therefore, we cannot take the option A. Therefore, the resistance is depend on the length of the conductor. Second option number B, area of cross section of the conductor. Therefore, resistance is purely depend on the area of the conductor. Moving on to the option number D, that is nature of the material. Okay, on that also the resistance is depending. If I go for the option number C, what is that now? Magnetic nature. Resistance nowhere explaining about the magnetic nature. Therefore, for a given question, option C is the right one. Now let us move on to the next question. That is DC generator works on the principle of, actually it's a continuation of the last question what we had done earlier. That is on what principle the DC generator works. First option they are giving electromagnetic induction, otherwise magnetic effect of an electric current, or heating effect of an electric current. This is pure a wrong answer. If I go for the option number D, chemical effect of a current, that's also purely a wrong answer. The main confusion lies with the option A and the option B. If I go for the understanding of the DC generator, here we are having a north pole and a south pole. In this magnetic field, we are rotating this armature. In this magnetic field, otherwise external magnetic field, we are rotating this armature, means we are applying the mechanical effect. Due to that, there is a production of the electric current in the wire. When we are placing this and rotating into the magnetic field, therefore this conversion of mechanical energy into the electrical energy. Therefore this process we are calling it as nothing but the electromagnetic induction. Therefore option A is the right and clear answer for a given question. Moving on to the next one, that is, what is an SI unit of? They are asking. The answer is very easier one, electric current. No, because electric current is purely given with the SI unit of as ampere. Similarly, electric charge is an SI unit with the coulomb. Okay, electric charge, for that we are having SI unit as coulomb. Similarly, if I go for the potential difference, okay, electric potential is given by the volts, but electrical power is given by the watt. Therefore, for a given question, option D is the right answer. Watt is an SI unit of electric power. Okay, let us move on to the next one. Yes, try to keen observation on the data given in the question now. That is, observe the given table. Here they have given the material and the corresponding resistivity. On this one, we have to check out what is the good conductor of the electricity among these materials they are asking. From the given data, we have to extract which one is a conductor, that's a good conductor of electricity. Okay, if I check out the table, we have to check the value which one is having a lower resistivity, because if a conductor is having a lower resistivity, then automatically its conductivity will be more, then it will be automatically a good conductor. Therefore, go on observe this one, that is K, L, M, and if I compare, L is a material which is having a lower resistivity. If it is having a lower resistivity, then automatically its conductivity will be high. Therefore, this one is a good conductor. Therefore, option B is the right answer. Okay. So, one of the properties of the biogas they are asking, its heating capacity is high, leaves residues like ash, it burns with the smoke, its heating capacity is low. Okay, if I check out the four options corresponding to the properties of the biogas, its heating capacity is high. Therefore, for a given question, option A is the right answer. Moving on to the next question and the last question, that is the object distance and the image distance of the lens are, that is minus 60 centimeter and minus 20 centimeter. Therefore, object distance is given by minus 60 centimeter and the image distance, that is V, is given as minus 20 centimeter. If it is so, then the magnification they are asking. Okay, for a lens, the magnification is given by the equation M is equal to V divided by U. Let us substitute the values. V is given by minus 20 and u is given by minus 60. Therefore 0 0 get cancelled, minus minus get cancelled. We are having here plus of 0.33 is the answer. Therefore for a given object distance and the image distance, the lens is carrying the magnification of how much value? That is 0. These are some of the questions from the physics part, that is part A paper of a science. Okay, now try to continue with the channel, that is E Jnana Darpana. Please update it with this channel. Thank you.